Good day, this is JNN Weekday News. I'm Lafayne Wigan. Here now are the top stories. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips has announced that Jamaica is poised to pass the 7th consecutive test of the International Monetary Fund (IMF) under the country's current agreement with the Multilateral Lending Agency. Speaking on Thursday at the official opening of Scotiabank's new office in Montego Bay, the minister remarked that it is no longer news to indicate that Jamaica has passed the test. Dr. Phillips said he was confident that the country had met all its targets and all the structural benchmarks to pass the test, even though the IMF review team had not yet arrived. The Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, has indicated that it will have to re-examine aspects of its operations based on the directive from the OUR for it to cut electricity rates. The company's CEO, Kelly Tomlin, states that there will be implications for the company's ability to deal with some of its business, such as investing in generating systems and rehabilitating others to ensure more efficient delivery of electricity.
We are pouring over what we've been given, the level of CapEx that we'll be able to spend, and trying to see where we decrease our budget strategically so we take out some of our projects. So I'm not sure right now. What I do know is we overspend every year what we're allowed to collect. We do know this, that we had 3 of our steam units down. They're old, and in fact, some of the components we needed are no longer manufactured, and we do need to invest in those units. We're not at that point. We are going to go back again to my team and say, how do we take out X dollars and still maintain the kind of service we're committed to it?
The JPS had applied for a non-fuel rate review and sought an increase in excess of 20%, but the OUR has directed that the rates be reduced for both residential and commercial customers. Meanwhile, the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, has failed in its bid to get the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, to agree to a proposal to read the meters of residential customers every other month instead of the current monthly schedule. The JPS wanted to issue estimated bills in the month in which it did not read a meter, but the OUR felt this would cause some discomfort for customers. The regulator, in a determination notice issued on Thursday, said the change would have significant implications for the back billing policy of the JPS and the Guaranteed Standards program, especially when the billing cycle is interrupted by major events such as natural disasters. The JPS had argued that it would have saved US $1.25 million annually by implementing the meter reading change. Some members of the Jamaica Manufacturers Association, JMA, have expressed dissatisfaction with what they feel is the laid-back approach to advocacy exhibited by its president, Brian Pengele. 2 former presidents in recent days have expressed disappointment about the reserved way in which Mr. Pengele lobbies on behalf of the organization. CEO of EdgeChem, Doreen Frankson, who is a former president of the organization, has declared that the JMA has lost its focus and its fire, and disclosed that she has stopped attending meetings of the organization because that's not the JMA that she knows. And the immediate past president of the JMA, Omar Zan, in an interview said the organization seemed to be back to square one in respect of its advocacy. News now in sports. The national under-20 football team will begin the final leg of their journey for a place at the FIFA World Cup in New Zealand this evening at the National Stadium. The young Reggae Boys will take on Trinidad and Tobago at 8 p.m. in one of the opening matches in the CONCACAF Final Round World Cup qualifiers. And those were the headlines for this hour. You can watch or live stream at JamaicaNewsNetwork.com. I'm Lafayne Wigan, and this is JNN News Worth Watching.